Then they offered me the position shortly after Christmas and negotiations began. They kept asking me what I wanted my salary to be. And so I wasn't used to that. I went out on FMLA, and then in the interim of that, my job was eliminated because there was hospital-wide layoffs. So I'm a mammographer manager background, and I was with the same company for 14 years. So in that time, I was like, burnt out also, and not really knowing what else I could do besides just either managing or going back on the floor and doing patients. And then just happened to scroll through Facebook. I came across the advertisement, and then I was like, the more I thought about it, I sent it to my husband and we just kind of chat about it. And I was like, at this point, let me just see what they have to offer. And at that point, also, I was looking to see whether or not I was going to go back to college and try something completely different other than healthcare. And what resonated with me was Rami's story. He also came from the same institution that I did. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of like a nice little bonding moment there. Mm-hmm. And then as I talked to everybody and I got all the information, I was like, you know what, I think this will be a good fit for me because it's really based on my time. As much as I want to put into it, that's going to be my ROI at the end of it. Couldn't have asked for a better match. Mallory was great, very opening, taught me so much. Brand new in LinkedIn and how to coordinate all of that. She helped me with my resume. I mean, I still, being at the same institution, like I said, for so long, my resume still had a picture on it and just like, and then she brought out like, let's get some metrics there and just made me think in other ways that I wouldn't, going from like a traditional clinical job to a non-clinical role, opening up a whole different viewpoint for me of what else is out there that I could be interested in seeing myself doing. So it was really amazing. Just to go back to that. So within LinkedIn, it opened my eyes of like connections and networking and stuff like that. I always knew I wanted to stay within the women's health ecosystem, more towards breast health because I'm really passionate about it. I was debating whether or not to go to a conference that's held every November in Chicago, RSNA. Again, being laid off, Christmas right around the corner, I opted not to, which I'm glad because it was an awful snowstorm. But I also subscribed to a few different newsletters and I happened to scroll and watch some of the snippets and I saw Densitas come across. And I was like, wow, this is something that I always wanted to do with my prior employees, kind of have like one centralized place for our QC, our compliance area. And this actually is what they do. So I went straight to LinkedIn and kind of started networking and looking them up and getting some background information about the company. And one of the salespeople connected with me and said, do you have time for a chat? I'd love to see what you do. I see that you're open for work. Like, what exactly are you looking for? And so we connected, we bonded over, we're both CAT scan techs and talked about that. And then the next conversation led to me talking to the CEO and seeing exactly how my background would fit within the software and within the company itself. And we kind of had multiple conversations, which Mallory assisted me every step of the way and had me prepped and prepared and ready to go and questions to be asked for. So I never felt nervous or I went in with a lot of confidence. Then they offered me the position shortly after Christmas and negotiations began. They kept asking me what I wanted my salary to be. And so I wasn't used to that because I'm used to hospital-based where it's like, this is what it is. Like either union or non-union, this is what your salary, and there is no negotiation. So that was kind of new for me. And she also brought in a different perspective to me. It's like, you can also negotiate your comprehensive benefits, which I was like, what is this? Like, okay. And how much travel it would be, try to see if there's other perks within that you can also get. So I came back with a very high salary. I knew it was exceeding my expectations, but I also felt like, well, I'm the only one on your team that's going to have the clinical background, what you're lacking and what you need at this time. So what your trajectory of what your company wants to be, I'm the one that can get you there, given my experience and everything else. His conversation was, well, I have to go back to the board and this and that. And I understood, and I kept it more or less like a poker face during it. And I just said, well, I appreciate your time, but had you had we had that conversation of maybe some transparency of you telling me like, this is the range of salary, we wouldn't be having this discussion. Instead, you asked me what I felt like my salary should be. And so minutes after that conversation, he like emailed me right back and was like, you know what, in a perfect world, create your own job description and highlight everything that you can do. And I think I can get you to where you want to be. Okay, game on. So I went, did a whole job description. We met again. He took some of that and kind of created it into a different position. We landed on clinical app specialist, but with the intention going in, like, I'm going to be needed in so many areas. I don't know if that's exactly where I'm going to stay, but there is room for growth and within the company. So yeah, we got to where I wanted to be with some bonuses, and benefits are better than the hospital-based benefits that I was getting. I get some also different perks of like Wi-Fi reimbursement, got my own laptop. So it's been rewarding. I've been there for about a month so far. So it's been really a lot of fun. Even in the beginning, it was more or less, she wanted to get to know me and where I wanted to go, even if I didn't really have answers. So it was kind of like hand holding in the beginning, and which I needed, because I was at that, like, processing losing a position to looking into something completely different. Is this something that I'm really going to enjoy doing? And who knows where I'll land up? So it was a big question mark and a big risk. And I felt like then it was learning all the tools of like the new, sending your resume into AI and seeing how it can be tailored, and all those new nuances with applying for companies, and that it goes through an AI before it actually goes to a recruiter. So that was eye-opening. And so I would say she did everything that was mapped out. It was perfect. I really don't have any downfall. And I will say, just to add, and I didn't include it when I was previously explaining, I never had to sign a non-compete before. I reached out to her like at all hours. I'm like, I am thorough. I'm like asking her questions. I'm like, basically, I feel like I'm signing my life away. What is this? Like, all I know is mammography. And if it doesn't work, then I can't work somewhere else. Like, how does this work? And so she prepped questions for me to then send to Densitas, and they answered them great. So again, I can't speak highly and enough about her. I mean, one of the best investments I made towards my career, other than going to college and doing something I love to do, is definitely, this was at the right moment. So thank Facebook.